Shutdowns hit a record 45 days. It wasn't supposed to, you know. It's the longest in history. Republicans rejected a bipartisan Senate solution. There is a lot of reporting that the president believes the shutdown works for them and is not pushing for a deal. And now Congress is on a 2-week vacation. Of course, we are in Holy Week, Easter. The message of Easter is well known: rebirth and renewal. Will that come to our members of Congress when they come back? I don't know. I don't know. The White House is asking for $200 billion to fund a foreign war. It's somewhere between $800 and $1 billion a day that they're spending. And they said, hey, here's how we can do it. Let's go after some of these fraud programs that help the poor with health care, you know, because poor people are generally the ones who commit the fraud, you know. Joining me now, Democratic member of Congress, Khanna. Okay, Democrat, California. Like 1 in 50 Americans took part in the No Kings protest this weekend. It's good to have you, Ro. Let's deal with a couple of points of political perspective. First one is, No Kings? I'm bored. What's new about people protesting Trump? Besides, I heard they're all paid for. How much you get paid, Ro?
Well, I didn't get paid anything, but you know what? People are out there for they're mad. They're mad that $1 billion a day are going into a war overseas, that 13 service members have been killed, that 7,000 troops are being sent there, some of them whose lives are going to be at risk. And they're mad that their gas bill is going up, almost $6.50 in California, $4 average nationwide. And they're mad that the TSA agents aren't getting paid while Donald Trump is out there with foreign wars. They feel betrayed. That's why they're out there.
What do you think of the mindset? What does it do for Republicans if they look at what's happening with No Kings and say, nah, this is the same old, same old. There's nothing new. There's no change in the balance. We have the outrage on our side.
Well, there are two things that have changed. That what has changed is that Donald Trump now is doing things that his MAGA base doesn't want him to do. His MAGA base wanted him to expose the Epstein class, these rich and powerful people who committed pedophilia and who were influencing the government. That was not a Democratic thing. That was a MAGA thing. Well, he just turned around and he said, oh, let's just move on. And then the MAGA base said, we're tired of these wars. The way Trump won is he stood there with the debate with Jeb Bush and he said, you're not willing to say that George W. Bush was wrong in the war in Iraq. I still remember that. That's how he won. Now he's getting us into a war in Iran. Is it any wonder that his approval ratings are now like George W. Bush's were? That's the only time you go in the 30s, when you get us into foreign wars. That's what's different.
So how did the Democrats distinguish themselves from this morass of this power vacuum? We look at the shutdown, they'll say, well, Ro, you know, you guys did this. But for the Democrats, you don't have a shutdown. Yes, there is reporting that the president doesn't want them to make a deal with you guys because he thinks the shutdown works for them politically. But you started it. Do you own it?
I don't understand how we started it. We've been pushing what the Senate unanimously passed, which is, let's just pay the TSA workers. Let's fund Homeland Security. Okay, we disagree about ICE. And the reason we disagree about it is because ICE has abused their privilege in the way they've harassed American citizens, harassed immigrants. But fine, we disagree with that. Let's fund everything else. That's exactly what the Senate just passed, 100-0. And you're saying the Republicans can't support something the Senate is for 100-0? Let's end this. I mean, that is the common sense compromise.
Do you think there is any appetite to deal with any of the domestic issues, or have we reached a point of perfect impasse where opposition is enough? Just say you're against the other side, don't work with them.
Oh, I do think there's an opportunity. I mean, the opportunity is first starting on elite accountability. The people who abused these young girls, hold them accountable. That's a bipartisan issue. I work with Thomas Massie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Nancy Mace. Let's start building trade schools in America, 1,000 trade schools to help create jobs for people who may not go to college. That's a bipartisan issue. Let's create apprenticeships, bipartisan issue. Let's fund some of the critical industries in this country instead of letting China eat our lunch when it comes to rare earth and critical minerals and robotics and key starting materials. That's a bipartisan issue. The president hasn't chosen to do those things. I mean, I don't understand why. Some of those were his ideas in the campaign, but he's chosen to focus on this war in Iran and these tax breaks, and it's a missed opportunity.
I'll tell you what, I'll wear a T-shirt that advertises a bill to create more trade schools and access to the artisan class because we're getting killed in this country. For every 5 that retire, only 2 are replacing them. Between that and no trading in Congress or betting in Kalshi or Polymarket, I will literally wear the T-shirt for you on a nightly basis. Khanna, thank you for making the case. You're always welcome to do so.
Thank you, Chris. Always appreciate it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.